look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Your patience is appreciated. Please hold the line, and we'll be right back with you. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in just a moment. For holding. We sincerely appreciate your patience. Please stay on the line and we'll be back in a moment. For holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line, and we'll be right back with you.
holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line and we'll be back in just a moment.
Thank you for waiting. Your patience is appreciated. Please hold the line, and we'll be right back with you. Thank you for holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you. Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in just a moment. Thank you for holding. We sincerely appreciate your patience. Please stay on the line and we'll be back in a moment. Thank you for holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line, and we'll be right back with you.
for holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Thank you for waiting. Your patience is appreciated. Please hold the line, and we'll be right back with you. Thank you for holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you. Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in just a moment. Thank you for holding. We sincerely appreciate your patience. Please stay on the line and we'll be back in a moment. Thank you for holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line, and we'll be right back with you.
you for holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your patience. This morning's meeting will begin soon. Please remain connected at this time. Once again, this morning's board meeting will begin soon, and anyone who plans to make a public comment this morning may press *1 on their telephone keypad at this point or at any point through the conclusion of the public comment period. Once again, this morning's board meeting will begin shortly. Thank you very much.
For holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line and we'll be back in just a moment.
Waiting. Your patience is appreciated. Please hold the line, and we'll be right back with you. For holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
I hereby call to order the Board of Directors' regularly scheduled meetings of the New Jersey Transit Corporation, New Jersey Transit Rail Operations, Inc., New Jersey Transit Bus Operations, Inc., New Jersey Transit Mercer, Inc., and New Jersey Transit Morris, Inc.
Good morning, Chair Gutierrez, Cassetti, and board members. I will now take roll call. Board Member Adams. Board Member Adams. Board Member Doshi. Here. Board Member Gordon.
Here.
Board Member Marocco is absent at today's meeting. Board Member Nara. Here. Board Member Spalla will be joining the meeting shortly. Board Member Giblin.
Here.
Vice Chair Fulton.
Here.
Chair Gutierrez Cassetti.
Here.
Thank you. Board Member Adams.
I'm here, Joyce. Just pushing the wrong buttons. I'm here.
Thank you. Next is the Open Public Meetings Notice. This is a regular meeting of the New Jersey Transit Corporation and its affiliates and subsidiaries. Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act and New Jersey Transit's enabling legislation. Notice was filed on December 3rd, 2021 with the Secretary of State and sent to newspapers of general distribution, posted in the main entrance of New Jersey Transit headquarters, published on the corporation's website, and sent each individual, agency, and organization that requested such notice. Thank you.
May I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the November 10th, 2021 board meetings?
Motion, Nara.
Second, Adams.
Second, Gordon.
Is there any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, Joyce, please take a roll call vote.
Roll call vote. Board Member Adams?
Yes.
Board Member Doshi?
Yes.
Board Member Gordon?
Yes.
Board Member Nara?
Yes.
Board Member Giblin?
Yes.
Vice Chair Fulton?
Yes.
The Cherokee Chair is Scacchetti.
Yes.
Motion carries.
At this time, I would ask President and CEO Corbett to present the President and CEO's monthly report.
Thank you, and good morning, Chair and members of the board, and good morning to all the members of the public joining us online. Today, I'll begin with some very sad news. Last month, we tragically lost another member of our NJ Transit family to COVID-19 related complications. Bessie Lynn Mays was a bus operator in our Egg Harbor Township garage. She served NJ Transit and our customers for 16 years, regularly working the 553 Upper Deerfield to Atlantic City route. She was beloved by her coworkers and was, by all measures, an exceptional employee with an exemplary driving record and no absences unrelated to COVID over the past 2 years. Our deepest condolences go out to Bessie's family, friends, and coworkers. I ask that you keep them all in your thoughts and prayers. And I'd also now ask for a moment of silence in her honor. Thank you. We've seen an increase this month in the number of currently positive COVID cases among our employees. 85 employees out of approximately 12,000 are currently positive, up from 32 at our last board meeting. And as riders come back to transit, they will need to remain masked up on vehicles and within indoor stations and waiting rooms through at least March 18, 2022, as the Transportation Security Administration, the TSA, recently extended its mask mandate through that date. As a reminder, this directive is federally mandated across all public transportation networks throughout the United States, including at airports and on-board commercial aircraft. To help our customers remain aligned with this directive, NJ Transit has to date distributed more than 145,000 free masks. Our New Jersey Transit Police Department also remains out in force throughout the system, continuing to conduct their mask compliance details and provide masks to anyone who needs them. In terms of ridership, as predicted, we continue to see steady gains as our economy gets back on track. Weekday rail ridership has increased from approximately 50% of pre-COVID levels to approximately 55% over the last few weeks. Average rail ridership on weekends remains at about 80% of pre-COVID levels, while at or approaching 100% on some of the trains. Interstate bus service on weekdays this month has increased from approximately 65% of pre-pandemic levels to approximately 70% overall, with North Jersey interstate levels exceeding 75%. On weekends, system-wide bus ridership has increased to approximately 80%. Interstate bus ridership into New York is approaching 65% of pre-COVID levels, up from 60%. And light rail ridership is also up from approximately 60% of pre-COVID levels to approximately 70% this month. We once again have a busy agenda today with 3 significant items up for board consideration that I'd like to highlight. These items are aligned with the goals in our 10-year strategic plan, NJT 2030, including delivering a high-quality customer experience, powering a stronger and fairer economy, and building an accountable, innovative, and inclusive organization. Later this morning, the board will consider a significant investment in our fleet through locomotive engine upgrades and the purchase of 258 new Access Link vehicles. And the board will consider a significant resiliency upgrade to 7 key transit facilities throughout our system. With increasing ridership, NJ Transit is also better aligning and boosting service to meet current and future demand. For example, now that we have a full roster of locomotive engineers, we're able to better support events like the iconic Army-Navy game coming up in 2 days at MetLife Stadium. On Saturday, December 11th, NJ Transit will provide special rail service to and from the game. We also launched a dedicated web page for the game available at njtransit.com/Army-Navy. That provides all the information you'll need, including rail schedules and ticket purchase information. In addition to better supporting special events, a full roster of locomotive engineers improves reliability and allows us to strategically add regularly scheduled service as well. As a reminder, new rail schedules went into effect on November 14th, following our last board meeting, adding 36 trains to the schedule, including 22 new weekday trains and 14 new trains to the main Bergen County weekend schedule. We'll also be adjusting service for Christmas and New Year's, including adjustments to better align service for holiday ridership, which we expect to potentially return to pre-COVID demand levels, as well as also offering service for early getaways. Please keep an eye out for the schedule information, which will be released in the next week or so. And in conjunction with holiday schedule adjustments, On November 30th, NJ Transit introduced a new holiday campaign through which we are offering several promotional discounts running through the rest of the year to boost ridership. Customers can save on holiday travel by using various promotional codes in the NJ Transit mobile app, including an invitation for new customers to try NJT to take a free ride, buy one, get one deals, and discounts to Newark Liberty International Airport and MetLife Stadium for Giants and Jet games. We also extended the Family Super Saver Fare from December 17th through January 3rd, which allows up to 2 children, 11 and younger, to travel free with each fare-paying adult. For more information on these promotional deals, please visit njtransit.com/holiday. Moving on to infrastructure, last month President Biden signed the bipartisan infrastructure deal, which is great news for our capital program and for our customers. This is the kind of investment that begins to wean us off the years of what I often refer to as the transit hunger games, where agencies routinely competed against each other for very limited available funding that didn't provide enough to maintain a state of good repair, much less the ability for system and service expansion. Although we are incredibly grateful for the passage of this landmark legislation, it is important to note that this funding will not be distributed to New Jersey Transit in a lump sum. Rather, it will augment the federal funding we traditionally receive over a 5-year period. With the passage of this bill, we expect to receive an increase of approximately $110 million more each year than we receive from the traditional federal funding we receive annually, or approximately $550 million over a 5-year period. The Federal Railway Administration and Federal Transit Administration will also be dispersing billions of additional dollars in discretionary competitive grants through this legislation, and we will be aggressively pursuing all the grant opportunities for which we are eligible. In addition, we are carefully reviewing the legislation to determine which of our projects specifically can benefit from this significant federal investment. But to be sure, this bill will benefit the Northeast Corridor through the potential funding for the Hudson Tunnel project and other critical initiatives, which is particularly gratifying to me as the co-chair of the Northeast Corridor Commission. To celebrate this bill's passage, Commissioner Gutierrez-Cachetti and I spoke at a press conference hosted by Senators Menendez and Booker at our Bloomfield train station on November 15th. Also, later this morning, I will testify before
Welcome to the Compunetics audio conferencing system. Please hold for an operator. Welcome to the Compunetics audio conferencing system.
Conference Center, may I have your entry code? May I have your name? Got it. Oh, control room. Got it. Okay, no problem. Thanks, Mark. I'll place you through.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please remain on the line while we reconnect the speakers.
Hello, Joyce?
Yes, hello. I'm here.
Yeah, it's Kevin calling in from cell. We had obviously the Verizon issue here.
Okay.
Paul, do we have everyone back online?
Looks like we have everyone back on. You can go ahead, Kevin.
Okay, before Kevin goes ahead, Joyce, would you please take a roll call just to ensure that we have everyone?
Yes, will do. Board Member Adams?
Yes.
Board Member Doshi?
Yes.
Board Member Gordon?
Yes.
Board Member Nara?
Yes.
Board Member Spalla?
Yes.
Board Member Giblin?
Yes.
Vice Chair Fulton?
Yes.
And Chair Gutierrez-Cachetti is on the line also. We have everyone, Chair.
Thank you. Kevin, could you pick up from where you were talking about what you're going to be doing in a little while?
Yes, certainly, Diane. Thank you. I was saying with the federal funding that we're receiving, thanks to the passage of the bill, it will bring us approximately $110 million more each year of the formula funding, or over a 5-year period, or $550 million over that 5-year period. And that also the FRA and FTA will be dispersing billions of dollars in discretionary competitive grants, and we'll be aggressively pursuing those opportunities that we're eligible for. In addition, we are reviewing the legislation related specifically to projects that will benefit the Northeast Corridor, and potentially the funding for the Hudson Tunnel Project and other critical initiatives, which is particularly gratifying to me as the co-chair of the Northeast Corridor Commission. To celebrate the bill, Commissioner Gutierrez-Cachetti and I spoke at the press conference hosted by Senators Menendez and Booker at our Bloomfield train station in November. And later this morning, I think that's where we may have just cut off, I will be testifying before the U.S. House of Representatives Transportation Infrastructure Subcommittee on Railroads, Pipelines, and Hazardous Materials to discuss the far-reaching significance of this bill, specifically as it relates to the critical infrastructure along the Northeast Corridor between Washington, D.C. and Boston. Speaking of the Northeast Corridor, another significant infrastructure development occurred on December 1st when the Army Corps of Engineers issued a permit to allow construction of a new Hudson Tunnel and associated track. The permit allows construction of 2 new tunnels along with rehabilitation of the existing tunnels to start once the funding is secured, which could be in place by the end of next year, with construction possibly starting as early as summer of 2023. As a reminder, this year in August, New Jersey Transit, along with our project partners at Amtrak, the Port Authority, and Gateway Development Commission, successfully submitted to the FTA the new financial plan for this project, and we are optimistic about the outcome of our submittal. New Jersey Transit and Amtrak were also co-applicants for the Army Corps of Engineers permit, which is the last major full approval needed before construction can begin. With the infrastructure bill signed into law, and as we advance major projects into construction, it's critical that we have a strong leadership team in place capable of meeting the demands of the capital programs. For that end, we are pleased to welcome to NJ Transit team Frank Corso Jr. as our new Chief of Construction Management and Krista Rosner as our new Deputy Chief of Construction Management. Frank and Krista will be working in our capital programs organization under our Senior Vice President of Capital Programs, Eric DeLeo. Frank comes to us from the New Jersey Turnpike Authority, where he last served as Senior Supervising Engineer, responsible for management of multiple major capital improvement programs, including new bridge construction, major interchange improvements, and security work. Krista will serve as Frank's deputy, joining NJ Transit from NJDOT, where she most recently served as Senior Executive Service, Executive Manager, and Regional Construction Engineer. I hope you all join me in welcoming Frank and Krista to our team. To wrap up, I'd like to...
We're happy to train them for you.
Yeah, thank you. I know that's I owe you a lot for that. Thanks to our good friends over at both the Turnpike and at DOT. But to wrap up, I'd like to briefly discuss a few ways NJ Transit is working to improve, diversify, and give back to the communities we serve. First, as part of our commitment to diversity and to growing the ranks of women in the transportation industry, last month I had the honor of speaking at an event celebrating the first anniversary of the WTS New Jersey chapter. As I'm sure many of you know, WTS is an organization dedicated to enhancing the professional and personal advancement of women in the transportation industry. WTS New Jersey was formed last year with one of the most diverse chapter leaderships in the nation, including our very own Jeannie Kwan, who serves as WTS's New Jersey Vice President. Mr. Gutierrez-Gachetti was there, being honored as WTS's Woman of the Year. As I said at that event, there's certainly no one more deserving of that honor than Diane, and both Diane and Jeannie are great role models for women looking to join this industry at what I consider to be an extremely exciting time to do so. Finally, NJ Transit offered very special experiences for some special, less fortunate children this past weekend. On December 3rd, we were visited by none other than St. Nick himself, who boarded an NJ Transit train on our Mount Clair Booton line for the annual Railman for Children Santa train. More than 200 children were invited to ride with Santa on an exciting journey, complete with presents, treats, decorations, and a lot of holiday cheer. One day later, on Saturday, December 4th, NJ Transit again hosted Santa on our River line. There, Santa delivered goodies to kids battling childhood illnesses and transformed the River Line Polar Express ride for the Ronald McDonald House of Southern New Jersey. Bringing joy to these children who face so many challenges in their lives is truly a special aspect of the service we provide. I think it shows that NJ Transit is not only committed to providing safe and essential transit service, we also strive to improve the lives of people in our communities we serve in every way we can. The events generate a lot of tremendous amount of goodwill and enthusiasm and helps adults and children alike really get into the holiday spirit. And I would certainly like to thank all the staff who participated and really made these fun events. And with that, Chair, I conclude my remarks and turn the floor back to you.
Thank you very much, Kevin, for that report. Operator, at this time, we would like to open the floor to public comments. Can you please provide instructions for entering the queue to make a public comment?
Certainly. Ladies and gentlemen, the floor is now open for public comments. If you would like to make a public comment, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad to enter the queue. You will hear a brief tone to indicate you have successfully entered the queue. Priority access will be given to any participant who has pre-registered, and these comments will be taken in turn. We will then take public comments from the remaining participants on a first-come, first basis. Each person will have 3 minutes for their public comment. A warning will be provided with 1 minute remaining, and again with 15 seconds remaining. Once again, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad now to enter the queue to make a public comment. And there are 6 speakers in the public comment queue. Your first public comment is coming from Murray Budden. Murray, your line is live and your time will now begin.
Thank you. I presume you all can hear me. The overlying issue in today's world is global warming. It oversees everything else. So all your plans need to be made in the understanding that resources are limited and the way we did things in the past no longer works. There was on one of the past agendas for a bus garage. And the question is, why are you putting buses in a garage? Why are you using resources which are scarce to build a building when you can leave the buses outside? You might want to put a shed over the top for snow, but certainly not very many walls, because the buses are out there riding in the snow anyhow. So why would you store them in a building? As an example of where you have to think about things differently, I've been speaking for years about railroad crossings. Many places in New Jersey have both red flashing lights and traffic lights. Why? That's the way we always did it. We're back to global warming. We can't do it the way we always did it. Doesn't work anymore. So it's your responsibility to understand change is here. There's no waiting 6 months. You got weeks to do these decisions. You're going to build a gateway tunnel. I know a little about it. I recommended New Jersey Transit for the Route and Transportation Award for the ARC tunnel, which is essentially the same tunnel. So I've got a little background.
1 minute remaining.
Thank you. And Cedric and I stood on the top of the Henry Hudson Bridge some years ago and the top level now has dotted lines that were there 10 years ago when I put them on. I want to thank my golf coach for teaching me how to swing. That's an in-joke. And thank everybody who taught me at New Jersey Transit. You have a terrific crew. I thank you all. I can't mention you all by name. Have a nice holiday. Bye-bye.
Thank you. And the next public comment is coming from Sally Jane Gellert. Sally, your line is live and your time will now begin.
Good morning. Sally Jane Gellert, Lackawanna Coalition Chairperson. Action item 211289. Distributed generation is important for resiliency, but it's outrageous that you're planning almost $40 million in almost all fossil fuel power when the state has a stated 80 by 50 goal of moving toward clean renewable energy. Although the implication is that power needed for resiliency will be used only as backup when there's a grid problem, that is not actually stated. And adding this much ongoing fossil fuel power would just be adding to pollution and climate chaos. We do note the small solar carport canopy at the Wayne Bus Garage, but it's dwarfed by the overall scale of the project. We note that this item also includes an amendment to a 2016 ACOM contract. We prefer to have new contracts for new projects and to make the contracts themselves available to the public with a full agenda document, as you've done with the labor agreement. On action item 211290, the Capital Programs Management Professional Services, although this is presented in a manner to indicate that New Jersey Transit's in-house capital staff is working at full capacity and therefore outside help is needed, we wonder about the advisability of hiring a contractor rather than adding in-house capacity. This is a core agency function. We are disturbed by it being outsourced to a private contractor. Especially at a time when various large-scale projects are being discussed, hiring an outside manager rather than developing in-house capacity seems a short-term solution to what is to be a long-term need, a standard part of operating responsibility and operating responsibly. Board committee meetings. We're disturbed to see no December board committee meetings on the schedule. Although we realize that the standard date for these would be during the holidays, actually New Year's Eve day, we're disturbed by the complete absence of such meetings. Moving them earlier a week or later into the first week of the new year would be more appropriate. Business
1 minute
goes on.
remaining.
And while we would not deny anyone their holiday break or family time, we do wish that the meetings had been rescheduled rather than canceled. In Secaucus Junction, Track H confusion returns. Back in July, we told you about the 1249 and the 1245 trains, the Pascack Valley and Middletown train with 4 minutes apart, causing confusion. The new schedule restores that confusion with a different the Suffern train coming on to Track H along with the Pascack Valley train. We suggest the way to solve the issue is have the 1249 train to Suffern, now running via the Bergen County line, arrive on Track G, and the 1253 train to Middletown
15
arrive on
seconds
Track
remaining.
Separating the two trains that are 4 minutes apart will prevent late arriving passengers from boarding the early train in confusion. Thank you.
Thank you. And the next public comment is coming from Tim Severner. Tim, your line is live and your time will now begin.
Hello, this is Tim Severner from the New Jersey Association of Rail Passengers. And like Sally, I'm concerned about the backup generators that are being planned. On the one hand, it's very good for sustainability that they're planning on doing LED lighting and reducing energy use, which is, of course, the first step that you always want to take for sustainability and saving energy. But it still seems like, and it's also good that they're doing 75 megawatts of solar panels on a parking canopy. But that's the only solar that was listed in the backup generators. It still seems like falling back on the old the old fossil fuel generators, and as we argued with the transit grid, What you really want to have is solar as much as possible, wind or alternative energy, and backup batteries instead of relying on generators, even if they're natural gas, which is cleaner than diesel. The other thing with the backup batteries, they do not have to be the lithium batteries that are used for cars, because you don't have the weight constraint. Or actually what you need is backup power storage. The advantage of the solar would be just like with the transit grid or any other solar. I understand that the good thing is these backup generators are only designed to be used in the event of a backup, so they're not going to be used all the time. But the advantage of the solar and the backup battery microgrid concept is that the solar is generating power all of the time, or most of the time, when the sun is out. So I really think you should reconsider that, or you have to start moving forward seriously here for renewable energy with the global warming concept.
15 seconds remaining.
Then the other issue we want to bring up is that the Essex-Hudson Greenway should be a rail with a trail is the way to go. And that should be a light rail with overhead catenary, which is the most energy efficient and the best way to do it. All of those towns, as Matt Walsh from our group has identified and sent letters documenting it, have transit-oriented development, and you're going to need more than bicycles for serious transportation.
And your time has concluded. The next public comment is coming from Adam Reich. Adam, your line is live and your time will now begin.
Good morning. First off, I'd like to thank the Operations and Customer Service Committee, particularly Vice Chair Fulton, board members Gordon and Nara, for listening and responding seriously to my concerns about the masking issue. I also want to thank Chief Trissillo for his outreach and his response to that as well. First off, on the customer advocate position. Past week, I've seen postings on sites like WTS, which President CEO Corbett mentioned earlier, as well as LinkedIn, on what appeared to be a posting for the customer advocate position. However, those links appear to be inactive, and it's not something showing when you search the New Jersey Transit Careers site. I ask not as somebody seeking to apply, but just, based on my connection to the Customer Advisory Board. Can we clarify, is that posting impending? Did these sites just jump the gun a little bit in posting a link? Any update on the time frame for the posting and what you expect the application period to be? I would also say I'm encouraged by a lot of what I did see for the job description, the oversight by the board rather than the executive staff, and reporting and meeting requirements all look good if that description is indeed the real deal. The one thing I'm just curious about, talked about, I think, bi-monthly appearances at the Operations and Customer Service Committee and bi-monthly reporting. Is the expectation that the customer advocate will be at the committee meetings generally every month, even if perhaps they're not giving a formal report? I do want to say with Train 3817, we had a cancellation the other day for mechanical issues. Yesterday we had mechanical issues both at Princeton Junction and Hamilton that made it difficult to get to Trenton, but we did make it there. I do want to commend the crew on their attention to it, on getting the issue fixed in those instances.
1 minute remaining.
And for also keeping everybody well informed. with the next Operations and Customer Service Committee meeting, I'm encouraged by the responses I've gotten. I would just ask that the stakeholders for the masking issue provide an update on what's going on. In essence, have they met? Have they come up with any specific new strategy? Would they consider holding a public hearing on with staff taking the lead on that? Incident reporting. If there's a delay, what kind of details do you get? Like, I'm curious, for example, on train 3864, November 16th, we had a naked man barricade himself in one of the bathrooms, apparently, so police had to remove him. I'm just curious, when an incident like that occurs, or do you get any sort of summary, or does it just
15 seconds remain,
either statistically or in a narrative as just a police response? Finally, with scheduling, just consider the reverse peak riders, both with getaway schedules, severe weather schedules, as well as future service changes. I put in comments before on this. I would ask the scheduling team to take a look and perhaps reach out to me on it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. And the next public comment is coming from Talia Crawford. Talia, your line is live and your time will now begin.
Hi, I'm Talia Crawford, the campaign organizer for the Tri-State Transportation Campaign. Thanks for the opportunity to provide a public comment before the board this morning. This past week, the Senate passed Bill S-2600, which was introduced by Senate Majority Leader Loretta Weinberg. Tri-State applauds Senator Weinberg for a career-long dedication to transportation matters in the Garden State, especially public transportation. We thank the Senate for passing S-2600 and encourage the Assembly to move this bill along in an expeditious manner before the end of the legislative session. The bill contains sections which would establish an Office of Customer Advocate and require greater detail for a capital program. The bill also requires that New Jersey Transit hold regular public meetings regarding the agency's strategic plan and capital plan, which allows the agency to receive public input on an ongoing basis, which is a key component in setting priorities for New Jersey Transit. However, work still needs to be done to institute the agency's changes set forth in S-630, the first agency reform bill signed into law by Governor Murphy in December 2018, most notably filling the vacant board seats. To date, New Jersey Transit has not had a full board under the new requirements, despite the mandate to have all 11 members appointed within 90 days of the signing of the law. I'm looking forward to working with the Office of Customer Advocate in the future. The strengthening of this position will make communication between riders and the agency clearer, and adding board members who are regular rail riders and bus riders must be a priority, as it is a critical missing perspective. They will serve as a vital asset, as regular riders can provide firsthand account of the transit landscape that they experience every day. Their perspective and voices matter because they are customers who invest in the system. The stabilization of New Jersey Transit's operating budget remains a significant priority.
1 minute remaining.
As it lacks a dedicated funding source. For decades, it is subject to the annual political budget process. This unpredictability provides indisputable challenges to long-term planning for the agency. New Jersey Transit has been flexing its capital dollars to meet operating deficiencies since 1990 and has robbed the agency of over $10 billion in capital investments, including updating rolling stock and bus fleet and completing much-needed system capacity expansion projects. The emergency federal funding merely buys the administration and legislature limited time to address this critical issue. Eventually, the emergency money will dry up, leaving the agency in the same financial
15 seconds remaining.
that it was in before COVID, and if not worse. Lastly, Tri-State supports the resilience projects that will increase mobility during power outages, extreme weather, and natural disasters, especially for those who are transit dependent and rely on transportation to get to work and essential services. Thank you again, and looking forward to a continued dialogue.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, there are 3 public comments left in the queue. If you wish to enter the queue to make a public comment, you can still do so by pressing *1 on your phone. The next public comment is coming from William Ritzler. William, your line is live and your time will now begin.
Thank you and good morning. My name is Bill Ritzler and I'm the South Jersey coordinator of the Delaware Valley Association of Rail Passengers. The Delaware Valley Association of Rail Passengers has reviewed the number of service interruption notifications associated with the Atlantic City Rail Line between the dates of October 20th, 2021 and December 9th, today. The following is a summary of delays and/or cancellation by cause. Crew-related, 3. Signals, 2. Track-related, 2. Equipment-related, 19. Congestion, 21. Delair Bridge openings, 25. Slippery rail, 4. External factors and other incidents, 3. So for a 50-day roll, that's a total of 79 events. It should be noted that several of the equipment and congestion-related events occurred due to cascading impacts from previous incidents and reflect a status quo that does not provide enough infrastructure elasticity to reliably address the negative impact of disruptions when they occur. The silver lining of the service interruption cloud is the low number of track and signal-related issues, an outcome that should be the case given a 9-month-long service suspension between September 2018 and May 2019. This follows on the heel of another 43 service interruptions that occurred between October 1st and October 19th. Given the limited service levels of 12 trains per day per direction, the number of service interruptions creates a further disincentive for existing and potential passengers. New Jersey Transit needs to review the situation and take all appropriate measures to facilitate improvements. And extemporaneously, I'd like to say that we've begun to focus on this more because we have heard a substantial number of complaints directed to us about service interruptions on the line since the end of summer. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. And the next public comment is coming from Joseph Clift. Joseph, your line is live, and your time will now begin.
Good morning, board members. I want to wish all of you happy holiday season and New Year, especially Joyce Duchek, board secretary, and her hardworking staff. Please, please, please live stream the board presentations at least during these telephonic meetings. It's a very simple thing to do. It would be a help when people talk about pages, this page, that page, to see what they're talking about. And also, the CEO letter and monthly report posted on the website today is still the November information. Please post this the evening before the board meetings at least. We deserve to have that. I have 3 issues today. The first, the January 10th board meeting, but no committee meetings in advance. Adding to Ms. Gellert's comments, the administration committee, by law, is required to comment on any major financial action by the board. I'm guessing that the fiscal year 22 operating budget will be presented in January, 6 months late, but finally presented. How can you have that handled by a board without having an administration committee beforehand? You've got 2 weeks, the last week of December, the first week of January. They're remote meetings. It's easy to get people together. So please add committee meetings prior to the January 10th board meeting. Second item, the capital programs process being farmed out. Echoing once again Ms. Gellert's comments, this is a core corporate function. It should be done by competent permanent staff. I did this at one time with the Long Island Railroad. Farming it out, if anything, denigrates the effort to another on-the-shelf report. This should be handled in-house. It should be something that's owned by staff and not continuously farmed out to a consultant. And finally, on the distributed generation project, 7.3 megawatts of natural gas-powered electric production.
1 minute remaining.
75 watts of solar. 1%. How does this fit into the governor's 80 and 50 project? To me, this is shocking. Where is the link to the pages in the 5-year capital plan referred to? There are 300 pages in the capital plan. A board member at a previous meeting asked that that link be done. I checked. I could not find anything in the capital plan about this project. And third, don't each of these sites merit consideration of a microgrid? Tim Sevner talked about this. Sally Gellert, I think, talked about it. But you're just missing the opportunity to minimize carbon power production and maximize renewables. And finally, I'm guessing that these generators will work on days
15 seconds remain.
That the grid is not down. My building has one of these. It operates every day. you're talking about lots of power produced by natural gas. Thank you very much, and have a happy holiday.
Thank you. And the next comment is coming from Ryan Salmet. Ryan, your line is live, and your time will now begin.
Hello. Hi, everybody. This is Ryan Salmet. I'm a rail commuter out of Summit to New York City for mainly for work. I just want to comment on a couple of things, specifically related to a lot of these capital projects, mostly federally funded projects that seem to be celebrated often. That are, I see them as two separate things in terms of capital projects and things like that, and operational efficiencies and leadership that's going on currently. That we should be able to see changes here and now. Gateway, recent articles and the federal funding, that's obviously a huge thing for our state, and looking at 2035 as like the nearest term potential date to that being completed. We're obviously, more than a decade away. Many of us will be retired, so that will be great for our kids. But I wonder what's going, my biggest concern are what's going on right now. I haven't seen any changes since I filed the agency over the last several years in terms of on-time performance, frequencies, service issues, equipment failures, mechanical failures. My line, Morrison Essex line, has seen just as many cancellations, at least in terms of what I've experienced. My employer, speaking to people in the office, it's the same thing. We've altered schedules to try to, to respond to the inefficient and unknown delays that seem to occur too regularly. So I just think that more time needs to be spent on this issue, because these are things that, like I said, they're non-capital projects, way-related things that are still here and now. I echo what the Tri-State individual said around Bill S-2600, Reform Bill 2.0. There's obviously the first one, we have not even had a full implementation of the first reform bill. So, I spoke to Senator Weinberg directly within the last several weeks, and she was pretty confident that it would be passed. Obviously, it was in the Senate. So I call on Assembly Speaker Coughlin to bring the vote to the floor, and if it needs to get out of Assemblyman Benson's Transportation Committee, I urge the board to do that. Lastly, with everything that I just said, I'd like to go back to, I'd love the press and the government, the board members to ask Kevin Corbett if he believes that the agency itself, outside of federal dollars, if he's, from a leadership standpoint, how would he grade his efforts in the last 4 years? Does he think that he's done an adequate job, or should we be looking at something else? Because I think we need more change and more drastic change, because this is an organization that is in dire need of it, and incremental steps is not going to do it for the people like myself and people that rely on transportation right now. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to hearing the answers to those questions. Thank you.
Thank you. And we did have one more public comment come into queue, and that is coming from Joseph Cavagnaro. Joseph, your line is live, and your time will now begin.
Hello, my name is Joseph Cavagnaro. I've been riding the rails since I was a very young child. So I've got several ideas that'll help you guys make a lot of money. So basically, my first idea is making the NJ Transit Meadowlands Sports Complex line accessible full time, not just during special events. You can access it anytime, because you've guys got four tracks on the Secaucus Junction lower level. That is a very big possibility. And then you're getting new ALP 45A diesel locomotives. So therefore, that would be a really good possibility, considering there's not too far from it, it's literally in walking distance, is the American Dream Mall. Therefore, you can just bring trains to the American Dream Mall, and you don't have to pay for parking. Pretty awesome, huh? And then there's the idea of reinstating ACES, which is a defunct Atlantic City Express service that goes from New York, stops in Newark, probably will stop in Philadelphia, and then final destination is Atlantic City. That'd be really cool and really a really great idea because I don't know how to get to Atlantic City any other way. But yeah, it would be really cool. And then another idea is to But yeah, I've got a lot of great ideas. Also, maybe put the Newark Light Rail on full time because currently it's only temporary. Not only that, but also put the Raritan Valley line all the way to Penn Station full time. But these are just my ideas. I hope you take them into consideration. That'd be really nice. So yeah, that's all the time I have today. Hope you consider these ideas, and I'll see you all another time. All right, goodbye. Have a nice holiday.
Thank you, and there were no other public comments in queue at this time.
Thank you, and thank you, public speakers. I will now poll board members for comments. Board Member Adams, do you have any comments?
Yes, Joyce, and thank you, and good morning to everyone. I first want to thank all of the speakers for taking the time out of their day for a 9 a.m. board meeting to give the board your comments, your questions, and your concerns. And like previous my board colleagues have stated, we take your concerns seriously, we write them down, and we ask staff about some of the critical issues that come up. I also, again, want to thank Diane for supplying New Jersey Transit with talented employees. It just goes to show that we do hire internally for key positions. But what I want to do, Joyce, to take my time is just to highlight something that wasn't mentioned by the speakers that was really taken back. Every week or so, we get a report from the New Jersey Transit team about letters or emails that get sent to the board for board comments. And I just want to take a couple minutes, or 1 minute, just to describe an email that we got, and I don't want to say the person's name, and hopefully I don't say too much because it's a public meeting, but I just want to highlight this. 3 New Jersey Transit bus drivers helped me to recover my lost wallet within 90 minutes. The drivers were Sean Jackson, Tasha Brooks, and Rodney Laywell. They all went above and beyond their duty to help me get this wallet. The police were involved, both local, New Jersey Transit, and the municipality. And somehow they determined where the wallet was on the bus, and they returned it to me. This person said, I was very impressed that Sean took the time to work this out for me. Tasha and Rodney were both very gracious in helping me to make my day by returning my wallet. I was impressed with this trio's kindness, thoughtfulness, and professionalism. And I just want to say that this is the type of things that we don't get reported to every day as New Jersey Transit board members, but this just goes to exemplify the professionalism, the thoughtfulness, and the type of employees that we have working for the agency. And I just wanted to, again, acknowledge Sean Jackson, Tasha Brooks, and Rodney Ledwell for a job well done. No other comments, Joyce. Thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Doshi, do you have any comments?
Yeah, thank you. I wanted to also thank all the speakers who called in today. I wanted to extend our deepest sympathies to Betsy's family. And I also wanted to thank the police for enforcing the mask mandate, because that is not an easy job to do in this day and age. And I guess all the people calling in about sustainability being on the Sustainability Subcommittee, I wanted to say also that we believe in science. We're committed to sustainability and saving the environment. Also, in parallel, we're providing safe and reliable transportation. So thank you for calling in, and that's all my comments.
Thank you. Board Member Gordon, do you have any comments?
Yes, I want to thank all of our speakers this morning for taking the time to share their thoughts with us. We certainly take their comments, we listen to their comments quite carefully. I do want to just respond to some comments that were made about sustainability, climate change, and specifically the resiliency projects in a number of our facilities that were criticized for being based on fossil fuels as opposed to renewables. I work on climate change issues every day. I shared some concerns about the focus on these fossil fuel-based resources, but I think it's important for us all to understand, and this was the explanation provided to me, that we need to comply with building standards. And a number of these facilities are not in compliance with those standards unless we have a backup system in place tomorrow. And so there is a concern that we get these backup systems in place just as soon as possible. I can tell you that the grid can go down tomorrow. There are hostile forces that have the capability to do that. And if the lights were to go out in some of these facilities, there is an immediate safety issue. And we have to get that equipment back in place just as soon as possible. It would be nice to be able to have some of these facilities relying on renewable energy resources. Given the state of the battery storage technology, that really isn't practical given the needs to have something in place right away. I can tell you that in the case of our bus garages, we are designing these new facilities to be able to accommodate charging technology and an electrified fleet in the future. So we are we are making great strides in our efforts to address climate change, I believe. I'll end it there. Again, I thank the commentators today. Thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Nara, do you have any comments?
Briefly, I'll echo what my other board members have said in regards to sustainability and the issues that people have been bringing up. We have heard you over the months regarding all of climate change and the transit grid, and we are going to, I think I can speak for the others, that we're going to keep our commitment to take this all very seriously and do what we can to keep our promises about what we see for New Jersey Transit's future in regards to all of this. I just wanted to specifically address an issue that Adam Reich brought up. The posting for the customer advocate is up, and so if there's issues accessing it, I'm certain staff will have heard your comments and we'll take a look at it. But it is posted, it's up, and we hope we can start going through the resumes and setting up interviews as soon as possible. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Spalla, do you have any comments?
No, other than to echo all the other board members' comments, thanking the members of the public for their participation and for their thoughtful comments. Thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Giblin, do you have any comments?
I just want to echo my colleagues' thanks to the members of the public for taking the time out to provide their comments. We really appreciate them. That's it for me.
Thank you. Vice Chair Fulton, do you have any comments?
I would just say ditto. I think the points have been made, and we do appreciate the folks coming on board, sharing their comments, and we really do have our eye on the ball. So, again, thank you.
Thank you. Chair Gutierrez-Cachetti, do you have any comments?
No comments, Joyce, other than those already echoed by my board members. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next is the Advisory Committee report.
Good morning. This is Anna Marie Ganella Rosado. Good morning, Madam Chair, Vice Chair, board members, and New Jersey Transit staff. I'm pleased to present the North and South PAC report for December. We learned the latest TSA directive requiring customers to wear masks while inside waiting rooms and and on all public transit vehicles, regardless of the 6-foot rule, will remain in effect until March 18, 2022. On November 9th, in New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut reached an agreement on the federal COVID-19 relief money for public transit. The good news is New Jersey Transit will receive $2.6 billion. New Jersey PD Office of Emergency Management, along with federal, state, and county and local partners, conducted a training exercise on November 20th at the Wayne Route 23 Transit Center, simulating a transportation incident. The PACs would like to thank New Jersey Transit Riverline for hosting a Polar Express ride with Santa Claus for the Ronald McDonald House of Southern New Jersey on December 4th. Children battling serious illnesses and their families rode the specially decorated train, heard caroling elves, and were treated to goodies. I wish I was there to see their faces. New Jersey Transit is offering holiday rail and travel promotions and enhanced services. They began during the Thanksgiving Day weekend. Additional service was added to accommodate early getaways and travel to and from Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York City, and for Friday shoppers. To reiterate and expand CEO Corbett's report on transit incentives, there are additional travel deals with this upcoming holiday season for those using the New Jersey Transit app. They are one free ride trip ticket for new customers. Customers going to New York Liberty International Airport can purchase up to 2 round-trip tickets at 20% discount using the app. Buy one, get one round-trip ticket during 2 promotional periods. Customers traveling to MetLife Stadium for NFL games can buy 4 round-trip tickets at 50% discount while using the app. And New Jersey Transit's Family Super Saver Fare allows up to 2 children, 11 and under, to travel free with each fare-paying adult. Further, customers attending the Army-Navy game at MetLife Stadium on December 11th receive a 20% discount when using the New Jersey Transit app. Active duty military personnel and their dependents, retired vets, and veterans with service-connected disabilities are eligible for reduced ticket option. And on behalf of the PACs, I'd like to add a special congratulations to CEO Corbett's son for graduating the U.S. Naval Academy as first lieutenant in the Marine Corps. He is currently training as a fighter jet pilot. Please, Mr. Corbett, offer our congratulations to his achievement. Finally, the last meeting of the year for the North and South PACs will be held virtually on December 17th. CEO Corbett will be attending. I'd like to wish everyone a happy and safe holiday and a healthy new year. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Anna Marie. And Anna Marie, on behalf of New Jersey Transit, we offer to you our deepest sympathies at the passing of your husband. I know it was recent, and I know today you wanted to be here, and we applaud you for your commitment to New Jersey Transit, and certainly will keep you in our prayers.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. And I'd like to thank, all of New Jersey staff who've been, and the board who've been very supportive with their condolences to me. Thank you.
At this time, we will call upon the Senior Citizen and Disabled Resident Transportation Advisory Committee report. Mr. Harrison, if you would deliver that report, please.
Yes, thank you. Good morning, members of the New Jersey Transit Board of Directors. We appreciate this opportunity to address the board on behalf of the Scattertap Citizens Advisory Committee. When I spoke to you in July, we had 4 vacancies on our committee. We have now recommended 3 new members to the executive director for membership in our committee. And we have several applicants for the last open position. We are hopeful that by early 2022, we will have a complete committee which will facilitate our ability to fulfill our function to advocate for senior and disabled residents of New Jersey in regards to their public transportation needs. We pointed out in July that we encourage public comment at our meetings. We are happy to announce that we have had significant public participation at our meetings, and we will continue to encourage public participation. During this last year, we have found a series of formed a series of subcommittees which will deal with specific issues that are important to our committee's mandate. A dedicated group of members has formed a subcommittee which is looking into issues dealing with the needs of our constituents in regards to their riding on scheduled New Jersey Transit bus routes. A legislative subcommittee has been formed in order to better understand the new legislation that has been forthcoming from the New Jersey legislature. Additionally, the legislative subcommittee, in addition to keeping our committee abreast of legislation, will look to provide input into the best practices that are to be developed pursuant to legislation S-2517. Also, a dialysis subcommittee was formed with an end towards looking into possibilities for improvement in regards to transportation to dialysis centers. The growing demand for dialysis transportation has put a large strain on the paratransit systems. The response by the various counties and Access Link to this growth has varied greatly, and the exponential increase in the need for transportation to dialysis has produced almost insolvable problems for the county systems. The first step of this subcommittee was to send out a questionnaire to all counties regarding issues related to dialysis transportation. Hopefully, some relief can be developed to some degree in one or more of the counties in regards to issues dealing with dialysis. We've continued to review the county systems by virtual presentations, and we will continue to hear talks by the directors via conference call until we are able to once again meet in person. We thank the dedicated New Jersey Transit staff members who assist our committee with its work. We are also thankful for the assistance of the New Jersey Coast members on our committee who also work with us in order to enhance our community transportation network in New Jersey. We appreciate the support of the New Jersey Transit Board of Directors and thank you again for this opportunity to address the board on behalf of the Citizens Advisory Committee. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Philip. At this time, I will call on Board Member Giblin to present the Operations and Customer Service Committee report.
Thank you, Chair. The Operations and Customer Service Committee received an update on trends, analysis, and actions for rail, bus, light rail, and Access Link. The committee also received an update on the cost of service. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Board Member Giblin. At this time, I will call on Board Member Spala to deliver the Administration Committee report.
Thank you, Chairwoman. The Administration Committee received a financial update. This included a summary of operating results compared to previous year's comparable period and preliminary budget, 12-month farebox revenue compared to pre-COVID, passenger revenue actuals versus pre-COVID, major balance sheet items, and federal COVID-19 relief grant drawdown summary. Additional information was provided as part of the agenda materials, including the cost of service key performance indicators, 12-month fare box recovery, history of vacancies, attrition and hires, monthly hires by department, ridership and revenue, and a monthly budget to actual comparison for July 2021 to October 2021. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Board Member Spala. At this time, I will call on Vice Chair Fulton to present the Capital Planning Policy and Privatization Committee report.
Thank you, Chair. The Capital Planning Policy and Privatization Committee discussed the board items for the MyFare Desfire fare cards, the diesel locomotive Tier 0 engine upgrade, Access Link vehicle replacement 258 cutaway minibus, New Jersey Transit's Resilience Program, Distributed Generation Project, Final Design, Construction and Commissioning, Design Build Contract, and Construction Assistance Services Contract Award, and Capital Programs Management Professional Services Contract. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Vice Chair Fulton. At this time, I'll call on Board Member Adams, who will present the Safety Committee report.
Thank you, Chair. The Safety Committee was provided an update by Office of System Safety on key safety performance metrics for rail, light rail, bus, access link, and capital construction projects. The Office of System Safety continues to be a resource and partner to all departments within New Jersey Transit. Through collaborative efforts, key safety metrics continue to trend in a positive direction. As ridership continues to grow, we will increase safety communication to our customers and coworkers and ensure a safe ride and safe workplace to all. Chief Trusillo updated the Safety Committee on a number of items to include the ongoing efforts concerning the mask enforcement from October 1st through November 29th. During this period, the Police Department conducted 98 mask enforcement details. The Chief also briefed the committee on the agency-wide preparation for the Army-Navy game at MetLife Stadium on December 11th. The Chief also briefed the committee on the outreach efforts between October 1st and November 29th. During this period, 1,263 at-risk individuals were offered services. During the same reporting period, transit officers administered Narcan 24 times to people who were suffering from a drug overdose, saving 24 lives. Finally, the Chief briefed the committee on the full-scale exercise that was conducted on Saturday, November 30th at Wayne Station. The exercise involved multiple agencies as well as representatives from both rail and bus. This concludes my report.
Thank you, Board Member Adams. At this time, I would ask if President CEO Corbett is still with us.
He is not, Commissioner. It's Brian Wilton.
Thank you. So at this time, Brian Wilton, our General Counsel, will take the opportunity to stand in for Kevin, and I would ask him to begin the process of presenting the action items.
Thank you, Commissioner. It's my pleasure to introduce Jim Sincaglia, Acting Senior Vice President and General Manager of Rail Operations, to present Board Item 2112-85.
Thank you, General Counsel Wilt. We are recommending approval of Item 2112-85, Diesel Locomotive Tier 0 Engine Upgrade. Authorization is requested to enter into a contract with Higher Power Industries of Yonkers, New York, for the overhaul, upgrade, and issuance of an automatic stop-start system kit for 4 GP40 diesel locomotive engines in the amount not to exceed $1,463,316 plus 10% for contingencies, subject to the availability of funds. We ask for your approval of Item 2112-85.
May I have a motion to approve the board item?
So moved, Adams.
May I have a second?
Second, Gordon.
Is there any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, Joyce, please go and poll the board for comment.
Yes. Board Member Adams, do you have any comments?
No comments, Joyce. Thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Doshi, do you have any comments?
No comments. Thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Gordon, do you have any comments?
No comments. Thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Nara, do you have any comments?
I have none, Joyce. Thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Spalla, do you have any comments?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Giblin, do you have any comments?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Vice Chair Fulton, do you have any comments?
No comments, thank you.
Thank you. Chair Gutierrez Cacchetti, do you have any comments?
No, Joyce, thank you.
Thank you. Roll call vote. Board Member Adams?
Yes.
Board Member Doshi?
Yes.
Board Member Gordon?
Yes.
Board Member Nara?
Yes.
Board Member Spalla?
Yes.
Board Member Giblin?
Yes.
Vice Chair Fulton?
Yes.
Chair Gutierrez Cacchetti?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Brian, if you just continue, please.
Thank you, Commissioner. Again, I'd like to introduce Jim Sincaglia, Acting SVP, General Manager of Rail Operations, to present Board Item 2112-86.
All right, thank you again, General Counsel Wilton. We are recommending approval of Item 2112-86, Proposed Labor Agreements, New Jersey Transit, Rail Operations Incorporated, and the Brotherhood of Maintenance of Way Employees and Brotherhood of Railroad Signalmen. Authorization is requested to approve the economic terms and other proposed conditions set forth in the Memorandum of Understanding negotiated by New Jersey Transit Rail Operations and Brotherhood of Maintenance of Way Employees and Brotherhood of Railroad Signalmen, and authorization is requested for the President and CEO or his designee to take all necessary steps to finalize and implement same, pending ratification by the BMWE and the BRS. We ask for your approval of Item 2112-86.
May I have a motion to approve?
Motion Fulton.
May I have a second?
Second, Nara.
Joyce, please poll the board for discussion.
Yes. Board Member Adams, do you have any comments?
No comments, Joyce. Thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Doshi, do you have any comments?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Gordon, do you have any comments?
I'd just like to congratulate all parties involved in reaching the agreement. Thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Nara, do you have any comments?
Just ditto what Board Member Gordon just said. Thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Spalla, do you have any comments?
Nope, thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Giblin, do you have any comments?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Vice Chair Fulton, do you have any comments?
No comments, thank you.
Thank you. Chair Gutierrez Cacchetti, do you have any comments?
Just to echo what Board Member Gordon and Nara and I know others feel is that appreciation to our staff for working so hard and the union for working so hard together to make sure that we could resolve these contracts for the benefit of their members. So thank you to all.
Thank you. Roll call vote. Board Member Adams?
Yes.
Board Member Doshi?
Yes.
Board Member Gordon?
Yes.
Board Member Nara?
Yes.
Board Member Spalla?
Yes.
Board Member Giblin?
Yes.
Vice Chair Fulton?
Yes.
Chair Gutierrez Cacchetti?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Brian, just continue on.
Thank you. At this time, I'd like to introduce Michael Kilcoyne, Senior Vice President, Surface Transit and Bus Operations, to present Board Item 2112-87.
Thank you, Brian. We are recommending approval of Item 2112-87, Access Link Vehicle Replacement for 258 cutaway minibuses. Authorization is requested to enter into a contract through Maryland Transit Administration Cooperative Purchasing Contract, CTR 000880, small buses for lots and mobility with coach and equipment bus sales of Penn Yan, New York, and New Jersey Transit Co-op number 21-031 for the purchase of 258 cutaway buses for Access Link service in the amount of $22,207,980 plus 5% for contingencies, for a total contract authorization of $23,318,379, subject to the availability of funds. We ask for your approval of Item 2112-87.
Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved, Adams.
May I have a second?
Second, Nara.
Joyce, please poll the board for discussion.
Yes. Board Member Adams, do you have any comments?
No comments, Joyce. Thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Doshi, do you have any comments?
No comments, thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Gordon, do you have any comments?
No comments, thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Nara, do you have any comments?
None, thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Spalla, do you have any comments?
No comment, thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Giblin, do you have any comments?
No comment, thank you.
Thank you. Vice Chair Fulton, do you have any comments?
No comments, thank you.
Thank you. Chair Gutierrez-Cacchetti, do you have any comments?
None, Joyce, thank you.
Thank you. Roll call vote. Board Member Adams?
Yes.
Board Member Doshi?
Yes.
Board Member Gordon?
Yes.
Board Member Nara? Board Member Nara? Board Member Spalla?
Yes.
Board Member Giblin?
Yes.
Vice Chair Fulton?
Yes.
Chair Gutierrez-Cacchetti?
Yes.
Board Member
I'm
Nara?
sorry. Joyce, this is Board Member Nara. I had a problem.
Okay. With roll call vote, your vote, please.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Thank you, Joyce. At this time, I'd like to introduce Jeannie Kwan, Senior Vice President and Chief Administrative Officer, to present Board Item 2112-88.
Thank you, General Counsel Wilton. We are recommending approval of item number 2112-88, background check services. Authorization is requested to enter into a contract with Inquiries Acquisition, LLC, DBA Inquiries Screening, to provide professional services to New Jersey Transit for comprehensive background check services at a cost not to exceed $3,363,250 plus 5% for contingencies subject to the availability of funds. We ask for your approval of item number 2112-88.
May I have a motion to approve?
Motion, Nara.
Second, Giblin.
Joyce, poll for discussion?
Yes. Board Member Adams, do you have any comments?
No comments, Joyce. Thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Doshi, do you have any comments?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Gordon, do you have any comments?
No comments, thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Nara, do you have any comments?
None, thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Spalla, do you have any comments?
No comment, thanks.
Thank you. Board Member Giblin, do you have any comments?
No comment, thank you.
Thank you. Vice Chair Fulton, do you have any comments?
No comments, thank you.
Thank you. Chair Gutierrez-Cacchetti, do you have any comments?
No comments, Joyce, thank you.
Thank you. Roll call vote. Board Member Adams?
Yes.
Board Member Doshi?
Yes.
Board Member Gordon?
Yes.
Board Member Nara?
Yes.
Board Member Spalla?
Yes.
Board Member Giblin?
Yes.
Vice Chair Fulton?
Oh, yes.
Chair Gutierrez-Cacchetti?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Commissioner, at this time, I'd like to introduce Eric DeLeo, Senior Vice President, Capital Planning and Programs, to present Board Item 2112-89.
Thank you. We are recommending approval of Item 2112-89, NJ Transit Resilience Program, Distributed Generation Project, Final Design, Construction, and Commissioning, Design-Build Contract, and Construction Assistance Services Contract Awards. Authorization is requested to enter into a contract with Dynamic US Incorporated for final design, construction, and commissioning design-build services at 6 selected NJ Transit facilities, including Broad Street Station, Secaucus Station, Wayne Bus Garage, Meadowlands Bus Garage, Greenville Bus Garage, and the Port Imperial Ferry Terminal, at a cost not to exceed $39,084,778.10, plus 5% for contingencies, subject to the availability of funds. Authorization is also requested to amend NJ Transit contract number 16-001 with AECOM of Piscataway, New Jersey, to provide Phase 2 construction assistance services at a cost not to exceed $1,056,495 plus 5% for contingencies, subject to the availability of funds. We ask for your approval of item 2112-89.
May I have a motion to approve?
Motion, Nara.
May I have a second?
Second, Spala.
Joyce, please poll the board for discussion.
Yes. Board Member Adams, do you have any comments?
No comments, Joyce. Thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Doshi, do you have any comments?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Gordon, do you have any comments?
No comments. Thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Nara, do you have any comments?
None, thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Spalla, do you have any comments?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Giblin, do you have any comments?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Vice Chair Fulton, do you have any comments?
No comments, thank you.
Thank you. Chair Gutierrez-Gutretti, do you have any comments?
No comments, Joyce. Thank you.
Thank you. Roll call vote. Board Member Adams?
Yes.
Board Member Doshi?
Yes.
Board Member Gordon?
Yes.
Board Member Nara?
Yes.
Board Member Spalla?
Yes.
Board Member Giblin?
Yes.
Vice Chair Fulton?
Yes.
Chair Gutierrez-Gutretti?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Commissioner. And lastly, I'd like to ask Eric DeLeo once again to present on board item 2112-90.
Thank you. We are recommending approval of item 2112-90, Capital Programs Management Professional Services Contract. Authorization is requested to enter into a contract with Anthony D'Amico LLC of New York, New York for a professional services contract in an amount not to exceed $750,000 plus 5% for contingencies, subject to the availability of funds. We ask for your approval of item 2112-90.
May I ask for a motion to approve?
Motion, Fulton.
May I have a second?
Second, Nara.
Joyce, please poll for discussion.
Yes, Board Member Adams, do you have any comments?
Yes, Joyce, thank you. I fully support this item, and I understand that there's times when the team has to bring in experts or people who they do not have on staff to provide expert professional services. I've been in the public sector, or was in the public sector, for almost 30 years, and we did almost exactly the same thing. We hired in-house for long-term staffing or employment needs, and we hired consultants to fill some of the gaps. So I know some of the speakers earlier had been imploring New Jersey Transit to hire in-house, and it's a tough balance to make that decision. But I fully support this item, and I fully support the team getting outside consultants to fill a gap. However, I do want to say this about this agreement. Anthony D'Amico is, I guess, a sole proprietor or sole source, and we'd used him previously for 3 years. And whenever I look at one of these agreements, the first thing I look at is the DBE SBE goals. And in this case, this is 0%. And the team explained to me very well why it's 0% and why they're supporting that endeavor. And I support the team's decision on putting a 0% SBE goal. But I do want to implore Mr. D'Amico or his firm and team as much as possible to try to give us a good faith effort to increase that goal from 0%. It's 2021, and it's very difficult for me to believe that there's not talented black, brown, female firms that could help Mr. D'Amico provide the services to New Jersey Transit that we expect. Those are my comments, and thank you, Joyce.
Thank you. Board Member Doshi, do you have any comments?
No comments, thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Gordon, do you have any comments?
No, but I do endorse the comments made by Board Member Adams.
Thank you. Board Member Nara, do you have any comments?
No, I do not.
Thank you. Board Member Spalla, do you have any comments?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Giblin, do you have any comments?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Vice Chair Fulton, do you have any comments?
No comments, thank you.
Thank you. Chair Gutierrez-Cotretti, do you have any comments?
No, thank you, Joyce.
Thank you. Roll call vote. Board Member Adams?
Yes.
Board Member Doshi?
Yes.
Board Member Gordon?
Yes.
Board Member Nara?
Yes.
Board Member Spalla?
Yes.
Board Member Giblin?
Yes.
Vice Chair Fulton?
Yes.
Chair Gutierrez-Cotretti?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Joyce. Before we discuss executive session, it was remiss of me, but I missed the committee report on energy and sustainability. Vice Chair Bolton, could you go back and provide that report to us?
Sure can. The Energy and Sustainability Policy Committee discussed updates to New Jersey Transit Grid, which included the procurement schedule and anticipated release of the request for proposals for the project. The committee also received a briefing from Senior Vice President Eric DeLeo and his staff regarding New Jersey Transit's distributed generation project and a briefing on New Jersey Transit's energy efficiency efforts, including New Jersey Transit's participation in the local government energy audit program at over a dozen New Jersey Transit facilities. That concludes my report.
Thank you. And forgive me for missing that. Before we adjourn to executive session, I want to let the public know we will return to adjourn the meeting, but no further business will be conducted. May I have a motion to enter into executive session to discuss personnel matters, contract negotiations, the status of pending and anticipated litigation, and matters falling within the attorney-client privilege, including but not limited to transit-oriented development contract Metro Park and the personal injury claim of Elizabeth Daubel. May I have a motion to enter into executive session?
So moved, Spalla.
May I have a second?
Second, Nara.
Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, Joyce, would you please take a roll call?
Roll call vote. Board Member Adams?
Yes.
Board Member Doshi?
Yes.
Board Member Gordon?
Yes.
Board Member Nara?
Yes.
Board Member Spalla?
Yes.
Board Member Giblin?
Yes.
Vice Chair Fulton?
Yes.
Chair Gutierrez-Cotretti?
Yes.
Motion carried. Operator, please move board and staff to the executive session.
Certainly. The executive session will now be initiated. Please note, members of the public audience, the line will remain on music hold during the executive session, and once the public session of today's meeting resumes, the music hold will be turned off. Executive session attendees, please stand by while you are moved to the executive session.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in just a moment.
For holding. We sincerely appreciate your patience. Please stay on the line and we'll be back in a moment. To talking with you soon. Please hold the line, and we'll be right back with you.
We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line and we'll be back in just a moment.
Thank you for waiting. Your patience is appreciated. Please hold the line, and we'll be right back with you.
Thank you for holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Thank you for holding. We sincerely appreciate your patience. Please stay on the line and we'll be back in a moment.
Thank you for holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line, and we'll be right back with you.
We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line and we'll be back in just a moment.
Thank you for waiting. Your patience is appreciated. Please hold the line, and we'll be right back with you.
Thank you for holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Thank you for holding. We sincerely appreciate your patience. Please stay on the line and we'll be back in a moment.
Thank you for holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line, and we'll be right back with you.
We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line and we'll be back in just a moment.
Waiting. Your patience is appreciated. Please hold the line, and we'll be right back with you.
For holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in just a moment.
For holding. We sincerely appreciate your patience. Please stay on the line and we'll be back in a moment.
Thank you for holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line, and we'll be right back with you.
holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line and we'll be back in just a moment.
Thank you for waiting. Your patience is appreciated. Please hold the line, and we'll be right back with you.
Thank you for holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Thank you for holding. We sincerely appreciate your patience. Please stay on the line and we'll be back in a moment.
Thank you for holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line, and we'll be right back with you.
look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line and we'll be back in just a moment.
Waiting. Your patience is appreciated. Please hold the line, and we'll be right back with you.
We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in just a moment.
For holding. We sincerely appreciate your patience. Please stay on the line and we'll be back in a moment.
Thank you for holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line, and we'll be right back with you.
look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line and we'll be back in just a moment.
And you are now back in public session.
Thank you, Paul. I hereby reconvene the open session board meeting. Board Secretary, would you please take roll?
Roll call. Board Member Adams?
Here.
Board Member Doshi?
Here.
Board Member Gordon?
Here.
Board Member Nara?
Here.
Board Member Spalla?
Here.
Board Member Giblin?
Here.
Vice Chair Fulton?
Here.
Chair Gutierrez-Cacchetti?
Here.
Thank you.
Since there is no further business, may I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved, Adams.
Second, Nara.
Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. I wish everybody a very happy holiday season. The meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thank you.